Hello and welcome to the second. I don't know. Fuck.
So good.
Wait, can I do the intro?
You can if you
No,
want.
you're the guest. Pipe down until we introduce you.
Hello and welcome to another hit episode of everyone's favourite podcast. It's tearing up iTunes and the YouTube sub box. It's Gathan's Corner. Woo!
That's what we're going with.
Sponsored by Mac Weldon.
Mac Weldon.
Okay, Nathan, you got this.
Oh,
He's wetting himself.
What the fuck?
There's urine
Did this happen last time?
yes, it happens every time.
Oh god.
Alright, do we delete it? No, we'll leave it.
No, we'll
No,
leave
this
it.
is great. This is great.
This is stuff you leave in.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Gathan's Corner. I'm Nathan,
I'm Gabe.
and with us on our whatever episode this is, I can't remember how many we've done. We have a guest.
Whatever episode this is. Oh. That was good.
We have a rather obnoxious guest.
Hello.
Fan of the show.
Bonus points in the comments for working out which one of us is which.
It's my brother, so but less
Introduce
depressed,
yourself.
so-
Introduce yourself.
Slightly more optimistic. Yeah, my name is Revan and I'll be
For God's sake, aim at the mic, man.
partaking in this review of the best movie of the fucking year.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah, we're doing Justice League.
Justice
You
League!
couldn't tell already.
Now, Revan, as our first guest,
Probably our last.
Yeah.
we'd like you to run through the entire movie, please.
Okay, well, our parents dropped us off in town around
I
12.
From the opening scene, please, boy.
Okay. Basically, there was what I can only describe as the best opening to a film I've ever seen.
Can you tell me what it was? Because I can't remember it. I'm really
Basically, what happened was there was a point of view. Well, it was someone's iPhone shot of
sorry.
this
God,
great
No.
heroic figure that we've
I thought we were
watched.
starting with the Batman scene. I
No,
forgot
no,
about
no,
that.
no,
Okay.
no, no,
I
no,
thought about the
no.
Wonder Woman
It,
box.
it begins with just an amazing 2-minute sequence where
It
we
felt
see the
longer.
most optimistic, most happy superhero we've ever seen in our lives. It's of course the boy wonder himself, Superman. We've been following
It's
Isn't
him.
that
Robin.
Robin? The boy one.
Well, we've
The
you know
Boy
we've-
Scout.
the Boy Scout himself. We've been following his zany and whimsical adventures for the past two
His
films.
zany and whimsical upper lip.
Upper lip,
please.
yeah, and he's a little bit different this time around. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the tumor on his upper lip. I don't know what it is. Maybe, but and then the kids are like, "Ooh, we love you."
I thought they were going to be the kids from the poverty house in
Yeah.
Russia, and that she'd put.
Okay, no. They don't know anything about.
Yeah,
Shut
you're
up.
skipping ahead.
Oh.
It's just- okay, so then it just cuts off very awkwardly when they say, "Superman, what do you like most about Earth?" And then he goes, "I like."
It's
and
like
then
5 minutes of him staring.
and it's very uncomfortable. I wanted to leave already. And then bam, Justice League. I think, does Justice League come up? Perhaps.
Yes, perhaps maybe.
Revan, that might be the best explanation we've ever had
Yeah.
on this.
Uh,
we actually do the film. You did
but
the
however-
first scene. It's
Well,
30 minutes.
surprise, surprise, I do a film degree, so this is my life.
Son of a bitch. Would like you. But, alright, that was a great explanation of the first
Do you want me to
scene.
speed it up? a
I'd
little
like
bit?
you to
A
speed it
little
up
bit
quite a
more
lot,
of
okay?
yeah.
I'm talking a 30-second bullet point.
I've got the whole evening free, so
Fuck's sake.
right. Anyway, then now in all fairness, okay, this. I'm gonna do a little like overview of what watching this film was like. It was 1 minute pure elation, 1 minute I wanted to die. It was the most confusing mix of things ever. So, like I say, it starts off terribly with this sequence, but then we get a nice little sequence of Batman being Batman for once, and it felt like watching an Arkham game come to life in a way that bit did to me. At least the look of Gotham itself, and that's what I want to see. I want to see that. You know, I don't care about all the super friends. I just want to see.
We don't spend any time in Gotham, though, do we?
No.
Not really. No.
Alright, we'll get back to this. Come on.
So
to the end of the film.
so Batman, he's actually doing some detective work for once, and he's you know, we see these parademon things, which he had a nightmare about a couple of years ago. Was it last year? I can't tell. And then and actually this is where we see the debut of the new Robin, where this old 40-year-old man, he puts him across a building, but Batman's like, psych, I was only interested in the other guy, and then this old guy's like helping him out, and then Batman's like, oh yeah, nice one, but then kind of ignores him. I don't know what happened to him in the rest of the film.
He leaves him tied up. He dies of starvation.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know. It's open ended. What was his name?
So were they working together? Because on my notes I have he's called Guy.
Guy. Yes, Guy. Yeah, Guy. Guy James.
Was he working with? He couldn't have been working with Batman. Batman just left him for some reason.
He definitely wasn't in it.
It was that was a really weird scene. Anyway, come on to the end of the scene.
So yeah, then that happens, and then do you know what? Can't really tell.
Fuck's sake, I'll carry on. Batman gets together all the other members of the Justice League. They run into Steppenwolf.
That's not. What about the mother boxes? What about
the mother box?
Alright, the first thing you learn about 3 mother boxes. Batman gets Justice League together. And then it's just them fighting Steppenwolf until the end of the film. That's all I can remember. And then there's just bits of drama.
This is a bad film.
No,
because that's all that happens.
Yeah, I know. So that's the basics. Now, would you like to pick up from the start of the film, or do you want to just grab wherever?
Okay, why don't we do?
We'll say what he's changing the show.
What we liked about it, what we didn't like.
Do you want
let's talk about.
Do you want to just pick out random scenes that come to your head?
Opening scene on Themyscira. What do you guys think about that?
Oh boy.
I was actually invested with that heavily, and it took me really into the film.
Wait, is this?
It was when they got the mother box and they're like shooting it back and forth. She attached it.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I
shot
forgot
it
about
really
it.
far.
Yeah,
and then, there was 8 women who could beat me to death.
I liked the flashback scene, but I think this was in the middle of the movie with the Atlanteans and the Themyscirians.
Yeah. With this film, I don't know when any of these segments took place because there's no linear narrative. It's just all over the place.
Wonder Woman can't have seen the Amazons for 70, no, longer than that. Nearly 100 years, which is a bit weird, and they didn't really acknowledge that. It was all right, there was actually, is this spoiler free?
Yeah, no, it's a spoiler review.
Spoiler review. So there was a Green Lantern. That was cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And obviously that's Hal Jordan's ring. So if they're going for Hal Jordan, Tyrese Gibson. What are you up?
Yeah, well, Tyrese isn't up to much. He's got a new mixtape coming out, which Dwayne hates. But
isn't there a video of him?
Yeah.
Next to a sleeping old woman. He's trying to promote it.
What?
And he's she fell asleep listening to my mixtape. And that's not even a compliment anyway. It's
guys, please, we're trying to do Justice League reviews.
Tyrese is happy, okay? You better keep that in.
Tyrese is not going to be in the Justice League films.
The only edit is Tyrese Gibson's mixtape.
Yeah. Okay, right. There was that scene with Wonder Woman in London at the beginning. And whilst they were cool...
It was in Paris, wasn't it?
No, it was in London.
Was it?
Did you not... You live in the UK. Did you see the UK license plates? They ring a bell. Anyway, there was bits which I did like about it where she was protecting them, but it was done in such a cartoony, over the top way, and I don't even mean that in a good way. Really, it was messy, and some of the dialogue was just.
What do you think of her dodging all those bullets, though?
Yeah, I like that, but just when she was moving, and then it was just blah, blah, blah.
We did get a bit of a booty shot there.
It looked really dumb to me when she was just running all over the place.
Yeah,
that's my opinion. It looked dumb.
Yeah,
it works for a cartoon, but not a rubber woman.
Yeah.
I'm not down with that.
And they also didn't really do anything with that scene. Loads of people when it came from the trailer, they were it might be Black Mass.
I thought that, and it's
and it was just a guy.
The guy says we're gonna blow up so many blocks. She throws one up in the air. What about the other bombs? Eh?
I'm a bad guy. I'm in a black suit.
There's a lot of.
And why was there a school trip to the fucking bank? You go home, Mum. I want a permission slip to the bank.
It wasn't a bank. It was a museum, wasn't it?
No, it was a bank, wasn't it?
No, I'm pretty sure it was. No, she works in a museum, but it was in a bank.
What?
I don't. We're teaching these kids about the pound.
That doesn't surprise me. This world's a little bit strange.
Oh.
One of the things that I had a lot of fun with this film. I think it's a good film because I had a lot of fun with it. However, there are so many plot holes and things that they don't talk about, which could be in the extended cut that we will maybe see one day.
You're not having any more of my fucking money. Okay?
But there's just so many plot holes. Like the first bit where it's Batman knows that the parademons can smell fear. How does he know that?
Yeah.
The thing about that, I can kind of get over that because you kind of you think, okay, that happens off screen. He's a detective. That's so that's why I like that sort of thing, because it's not out of the question that he would know.
Take your time. It doesn't really explain much why the Parademons are in Gotham. He says they're everywhere in another scene, but it's because they're looking for a mother box. But you only find that out later.
Like is there some like slow invasion?
And I feel like they just put that in so they could have that cool scene, but not explain it for a while.
Really weird though, like the Parademon blew up and it showed you the mother boxes on the wall. Like, what the fuck is that about? If someone just blows up, they blow up. Why did it just suddenly like have all these like imagery of like 3 mother boxes? It just didn't make sense. It just happened because it would mean they wouldn't have to explain it later.
It makes sense to blow up your goon so they don't give up any information. But when you blow up your goon, it's just like...
And they keep all
but
the
make sure all the information that he had would blow up onto the wall.
Yeah.
Put mother boxes on my life.
Whose mother, though?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, they don't really like in the comics. I don't believe they're just called mother boxes. There's nothing to do with it,
Mummy.
like being a thing. So
is he calling Darkseid his nephew mummy? Like that's a very confusing dynamic.
I'm pretty sure that it's not his nephew in this one.
No, they said it wasn't going to be his nephew, but then it turns out they didn't mention anything about it in the movie, so it could still be.
Yeah. They still drop the name Darkseid though, don't they? And then they don't say anything with it. So the people that are like not comic book fans are gonna be like, who the fuck's this guy?
Are you trying to say that these movies aren't expertly crafted and planned beforehand?
In a way, yeah. See, I feel like this film's perfect for me because I know about the DC universe, so I can get what they're talking about. But if you're just a casual fan, you have no idea what's happening.
Nathan, don't you like Rick and Morty?
Yeah, which I guess makes I'm smarter than most average people.
Yeah. But if you're a casual viewer, you won't understand high intellectual jokes and
even if you've only seen like 3 episodes of Rick and Morty, you wouldn't get it. You have to watch.
Yeah, no, come on, 3 seasons.
Yeah.
How many episodes of that? Doesn't matter. Carry on with the point.
I was thinking the same thing though, and I care about these characters because I've read the comics and I've watched like the cartoons and all that stuff and played the video games. But even so, these are like new interpretations of those characters. So, part of me cares about them and understands because I have that prior knowledge. But then on the other hand, I don't care because these are new versions and they haven't been thought out. They haven't been like explored properly or developed. So I still, even with the knowledge, don't give a fuck because they've just done a really bad job.
Jumping off of that is like lots of people complain like things like that Batman killing where I don't have a problem with that being a thing as long as you give me a reason why that's now a thing.
Yeah, but we were discussing me and Gabe were discussing this yesterday, and Batman, his characterization
very tame.
Yeah,
like when if I was expecting Batman to jump on a parademon, I wouldn't expect him to hug onto him and hold him. I'd expect him to be screaming at him like, "Who are you?"
Yeah,
he doesn't do anything. He just fucking rides him,
which is kind of. It's at odds with what we saw last year.
They definitely
they did.
Joss Whedon came on board and he made it.
Yeah, but it still
just kind of made him a weak dick.
Yeah, they did. Like, and
nobody wants a weak dick. That's what you go to the doctor about.
I did enjoy Batman. I enjoyed the weak dick.
Well, that's all we got time for. Okay.
No, I enjoyed Batman. I really like Ben Affleck's version of Batman, which is why I'm sure we'll get to it later. But I'm really sad that he's definitely done.
I'm past the point of caring anymore if he stays or he doesn't. There's been so much back and forth that I hate Batman v Superman with a passion, but he's pretty good in that movie. You can't deny that. But he's been so back and forth that I just don't care anymore. And
I don't think he's been back and forth at all. I think that he doesn't want to be in it, but Warner Bros. Are like, no.
But what did he think he was signing up for? I don't 4 years ago?
I kind of feel like he's been a bit of a bitch. He had one film, it didn't go well, and he was like, I'm out.
Yeah. It's like, I thought this would be, everything that Daredevil wasn't. Well, I don't know, maybe write a good script.
This was going to be Good Will Hunting 2 with superheroes.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I wouldn't say Batman was terrible in this movie, but he was just the complete opposite of what he was in the last movie.
Kind of stupid as well.
And he is stupid.
He did kind of kill himself at one point.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's stupid because they wanted to put across that he's brave, but when he's brave, he's not stupid, and that was just stupid.
Well, to be honest with you, he actually was pretty
What bit are we
stupid
talking
in
about?
Batman v Superman as well.
When he just gets all the parademons.
Yeah.
And he just drives off. That wasn't explained.
Okay.
Also, the frequency that he made up. I just kept hearing it. Like, what's
Yeah.
that about? And then it was in it, so I kind of connected the dots. But I was so confused for a second.
Yeah, no, I reckon there's obviously a lot of this film that's cut out because it was originally going to be 4 hours. But
Do you think that in this, because in the last one there was that whole subplot of this African woman getting pushed in front of a
do you
train?
think?
Do you think that Russian family will in fact get pushed in front of a train?
What?
See,
They'll actually have names.
I
and
thought that this
talk?
was going to
Yeah.
lead to something, like with the Russian family.
Yeah.
But that should have been cut because it made
Oh,
no
well,
sense
the
at
thing
all.
with the Russian family was what they were trying to do, which is what people criticised the last 2 movies for, was that they didn't show people on the ground during the attack, so people didn't care. So they clearly thought, we'll put in this Russian family to make the audience empathise with them. But the problem with this
I
is...
just wanted them dead.
Yeah, they don't speak, they're not characters, yet we keep cutting back to them.
Yeah.
So then we're like, okay, what's
and
going
that throws
on
off
here,
the entire
right?
movie.
And then it just makes the parademons
Yeah.
feel weak because they can't attack this house.
This house...
And then she pulls
Yeah.
out a can of bug spray. And like, oh, classic! It's
Classic.
hilarious because they're like bugs.
She went to college,
Yeah.
it's just, if what they were trying to do was proper, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, they should have just shown lots of different families and people on the ground.
Or like a town hall full of people
yeah.
trying to protect themselves.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this was a thing, showing people from the ground, because I really couldn't give a shit.
Well,
Just
it's
showing the
like
superheroes.
imagine a scene where the town hall's getting like attacked by these parademons. A parademon gets in, and then Batman breaks through the roof and just starts protecting all these people.
This is
that
the
would
thing,
be
isn't it?
badass.
Yeah, but that would just...
Because
it would be the scene from Avengers, though,
Yeah,
where
but-
Captain America
but that
saves...
works, though.
Yeah, no,
and
it did.
there's no reason why they couldn't do that in this either.
I wasn't bothered about the people saying, oh, this was just DC's Avengers. Good, because I like that.
And it was brought to you by the guy that made the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yet it still sucked.
Yeah, well, he was picking up the piece. He only had 6 months to turn this film around. It'd been
And
going
if
for
that,
At
2
the
years.
same time, he was probably having sex with multiple women.
Yeah, almost definitely.
Someone doesn't like Jaws.
Just name your kid Josh, for fuck's sake.
It's his name. I don't care that he's fucking multiple women. It's his name.
Yeah, but then he has a slight lisp as well, so he's like, hello, Darth Whedon.
Darth Whedon.
No, I love Whedon, okay? Maybe he needs to,
Put his cock away.
Yeah, but he's
One of-
brought us a lot of good, so...
One of the things I did enjoy about it as well was it felt like a those DC animated films. It
Yeah.
felt like one of those, but live action.
I
which
said it was like an episode of Justice League when I came out.
Which I liked and didn't like, because one, it was good because I was I enjoyed watching it, but this should have been an event, and it didn't
wasn't.
feel like an
No,
event.
it
It was
wasn't.
just a thing that happened.
It was, yeah.
I never used to watch those episodes of Justice League where it was like an alien invasion. Those are the ones I used to skip.
Yeah,
they were boring. You just want to know about the characters.
Yeah, the good ones were the personal
Yeah.
ones, which would focus on a few of them, or in a smaller stakes situation, when wasn't there that episode when the Joker took over some casino or something? I remember something like that. I don't know. It's what sticks out in my mind.
I feel
Well, that episode
remember
where
one.
that girl is ripping apart the city and Batman just goes in and sits there and waits till she
Oh
dies.
my
Yeah.
god,
That's
yes.
insane.
Wasn't it something to do with her in her mind? Or
Yeah, and
something?
she
Yeah.
was creating
Yeah.
all this different reality
and
and stuff.
Amanda Waller was all right, go in and
Blow up the city
Yeah.
to kill her, but
Yeah.
he just
And-
sat with her and talked to her.
But this is the thing, people try and say, DC characters, they're just not as adaptable. But I think that's bullshit. I think
yeah.
that I really couldn't say if I was a Marvel or a DC fan. I love them both. But to be honest with you, I've probably read more DC comics in my life.
Yeah, I
And-
have
and
read more DC comics.
some of those stories, hands and above better than any Marvel stories.
Mm.
And I would probably say I'm a bigger Marvel fan at this point. But even so, it can happen and it should happen. And
Such a Marvel fanboy.
Biased. Get
No,
out
but
of here.
read Crisis on Infinite Earths. I mean, it's incredible, and think about how many characters are in that.
I actually
it's a
couldn't
beautiful-
finish Crisis. I didn't.
The which one though? Was it the first?
I bought the entire all the Crisis things, but I really liked Crisis Identity. That was a really good one. It was had more modern art in it. And one of the things with comics is I can't really read the. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is black and white films? Is that too much?
Oh,
of
yeah,
a
no,
challenge
it
as
is.
well.
I was trying to watch Logan Noir, and I was just I can't do it.
No, the one from the 80s, I remember thinking that was pretty good. So yeah, it can easily happen. But they They need to build up, and they haven't. They haven't taken, showing the Justice League on an email is not enough.
I don't think Superman should have come back in this movie.
No, he didn't really add anything.
It was I don't know. I just hated it when he came back. Oh, he's back.
See, I enjoyed seeing it, but the thing was, also it's the kind of thing like, why did you show him like the Earth on the thing rise on his coffin rise? When that had nothing to do with him coming back. Like true. A fucking cube brought him back. Why did it? Which is kind of just like, he is coming.
Cool. It was just an earthquake in Smallville.
And it's like,
just calm down.
It's basically just saying, he is coming back. It was like, why did you kill him off and tell me he's coming back? And I'm just talking about Batman.
Even the way they brought him back, I thought was kind of underwhelming. I thought
we'd seen it again. We've seen it before. Haven't we? Just like
in the previous movie. It would have been pretty funny if he ended up turning into some sort of doomsday monster and
or Bizarro.
Bizarro, yeah, see?
And they used Bizarro to work.
Yeah, this would have been a much more interesting direction. Chris Terrio and Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon.
I'm going to take us back onto the storyline. So, after the Batman scene with...
Rope us in, Nathan.
Yeah. Come on, again. So, I thought like this segment was pretty choppy. Like the bit where he's getting all of the team together. So, we have the... It
wasn't a sick montage, was it?
It wasn't Suicide Squad.
We just punched that woman in her mouth.
Alright, the first one is he goes to get Aquaman. And I have a few problems with this Aquaman scene. One, how the fuck did he grow that beard so quickly? Because in the first, in the first scene he has no beard, and then he has
specifically
a beard.
Shows him shaving it off.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I was like, they had to have that scene in, because if they just showed him without a beard, then with a beard, and without the beard, people would have flipped their shit.
They were like, Joss, make sure you get a scene of Ben shaving it off, so that the little fanboys, they don't say, but why did you shave it off? So we cover all the bases. Yeah, but what about the beginning of the film? Fuck!
I said he did an Australian accent.
What's that?
I made a bet that you can do an Australian accent.
What's that Australian accent? I don't listen to any podcasts at all.
Yeah, no, what was the difference though between the first scene where they have the parademons and he has no beard, and then he has a fucking massive bushy beard? Like, how long was that time? How long does it take to grow a beard? Revan, you're a nice bearded guy, but how...
I mean,
it's me on the couch.
You're on the face of a baby boy.
Have you seen your shaggy
hair? Yeah, this pubic hair that's growing on my face.
Well, for me, it's a little bit easier than most because I'm a wolf man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I imagine for someone like Ben, he's pretty old, so probably wouldn't take that long.
Oh, come on.
Maybe, I don't know. I'd say about a week and a half, maybe.
All right, so I can get behind that then.
Yeah, okay. I guess you get away with it.
So my bit,
but then he was on the plane. He shaved it off. It took him a week and a half to get there. Was he on the plane heading towards?
I honestly don't. I reckon in the cut version there's a bit in between there.
And he spends so much time away from Gotham in this.
Yeah, he doesn't really.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but wasn't that scene?
And there's a crime wave saying that there's... And that guy fucking kicking over the tangerines. What the fuck was that about? A guy drop kicks like a whole stack of tangerines.
Like the opening where like all the cars... That was the dumbest shit.
It was supposed to be like Watchmen, but all you've got is a guy kicking over fruit.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, the guy who made
Is
Watchmen,
he supposed to be a Nazi or something?
Yeah.
I can see he's racist, but why is that in there?
Like, Snyder made Watchmen, and that opening sequence does such a good job of showing the disarray of the world. You have the Bob Dylan song and all that, and it's just perfect. And then he tries to do it again, and it just, it's like, if you want to show crime wave, show some brutality.
But it's like, it's supposed to echo that Superman's gone. But then there's a homeless man just saying, I tried. What was he funding you or something? Why are you homeless now that Superman's gone? Who fucking cares?
Yeah, and Superman was the most emo bitch ever anyway. It's not even, I wouldn't even call him Superman. If
he was Superman. One of the, also, like, this is a kind of...
Boy Scout, or something. Boy Wonder.
No, I have agreements with this film, but also I also give it props because, like, the things with, like, Superman and Batman, both of them had complete character shifts. However, I don't care enough to see that character development. Like, just get me into a place where, like, we're starting this new world. So, like, Superman's being Superman. Batman's not really being Batman. But, yeah, like, so I didn't want to see Superman from being the emo Superman into this Superman. I'm glad that they just went straight away. Yeah. He's back from the dead. He is the classic Superman.
That'd be fair enough if the movie was good, but it wasn't.
So have you both did not like this film then?
I still I couldn't say it was terrible.
It was an easy watch.
Yeah. Because there's really not anything that's good in my opinion about Batman v Superman or Suicide Squad. There's maybe like a couple things, but this did have, I'd say about 40% of it was pretty damn good. I think surprisingly the sequence where the League all got together and they met Steppenwolf the first time in the tunnels.
Yeah.
From that beginning to end of that sequence, I couldn't fault anything in that. Like the dialogue was good. The action was great. The way the team worked together, I really enjoyed it. And for that reason, like I watched it again.
Was a great scene.
Now the bit where like it's Flash is like saying how he can't save these people, and then Batman just like save one person.
Yeah. Great. That was
and
great.
then he just goes back and just keeps saying that was great.
And that was when I sort of thought, he is.
What
Batman.
if he just said like, "I've saved one. It's not for me."
Yeah, it's like just runs off.
Yeah, it's not for me.
I really like Superman's entrance when he lands on his monument and they're all there. And Batman's waiting behind a car, probably like, do I get out now? But then when he picks him, like, flash forward to when he picks him up by the jaw and he drops him and then he makes a joke saying he's bleeding. It's like, oh, that's funny. But then the next scene, he's visibly hurt. It's like, I feel kind of bad.
Wait, so did Superman know what he was doing there? Taking on these people?
But then he sees the booty and he's like,
yeah, but then it's like, was that the scene where Lois Lane was the key to bring Superman back?
Well, they've probably dropped that storyline. There's no way they're coming back to it.
Lois is the key.
That's not happening. They're done with
yes,
that.
it is, Nathan. I can't wait to see that movie. Justice League Lois
2.
is the key.
Yeah, but then in the next film, I bet they're going to do something because Superman was brought back by a mother box. Darkseid could probably control him. And then Lois Lane is going to have to bring him back again in the next film because then that's going to be what the flash forward in Batman v Superman is, and that's when Flash is going to go back in time with that weird suit and warn him.
That's actually a possibility.
I don't know.
Well done, Gabe. You've made. I just thought they were going to drop it. Alright, now I'm going to go back. I'm going to reel you both in again.
But no, but
now I want to come back
to
to this.
On that point, do you think that world's going to go to disarray because there's going to be that fucking Legion of Doom?
That tantalising. No,
we'll get back to it in a bit.
But, I'll just say the point. But.
Yeah, but going to go back to my problems with the Aquaman scene. The fact that he
feels
just
like ages ago. Yeah. I'm so sorry. That was a real tangent.
The reason that he outed Bruce Wayne as Batman in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Like he said it at least twice. Like, oh, Batman. You dickhead.
He just point Batman.
This guy's Batman. And then he puts off into the seat, and then you have that bit where it's like it goes to like an obvious green screen behind him of just Jason Momoa saying that like kind of a close-up shot.
And then far away. That was stupid.
That was my problems with that scene.
Didn't Flash say something pretty similar, like out in the middle of the street?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like the pilot's that's your symbol.
Yeah,
the pilot's just like, what now? What?
So Batman really has no. I just was imagining.
And he doesn't seem to give a shit.
No, he really doesn't care. And I just was thinking if it was Christian Bale, he would have snapped their neck. Like they wouldn't have even finished the sentence.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know? For outing someone's identity, the scene when they're in Smallville and they're building their home again, and Bruce is just there and Clark Kent's there, but without glasses. Any construction work, and it's like, hey, what's that? Why is that rich billionaire? And that guy looks just like Superman. What's that about?
Yeah.
I don't get paid enough.
I don't get paid.
Just gonna keep chopping this wood.
And then we go to the Batman recruiting Flash, which I thought it was a fun scene, but they showed the majority of it in like the promotion, so there was like kind of no substance to it.
Like there was this scene that we see, and then they go out to the car, and that
and that's just the joke.
In the trailer.
It's something that DC really needs to get their act together on because it's just like in.
Well, I think trailers are going to change now because of Ragnarok.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope they do.
Well, like throwing it off because the thing was like, one of the like problems that people had with Justice League and also bigger problem with Blade Runner 2049. The trailers never said what the storyline of the films were. So like they didn't throw whereas Thor said what the storyline was, but they'd throw them off with just scenes that didn't really.
Well, I think
matter,
the marketing for Blade Runner was perfect.
I like the idea of not knowing what these films are about, but they can't get people in the seats if they don't tell them.
The problem with the DC ones, it's like with Batman v Superman, they pretty much had what, for my money, was the best action sequence in that film in one of the trailers with Batman in the warehouse.
Oh yeah.
And then you.
They
you
released it, didn't they?
You think,
Is it
oh
a
my
trailer?
god, that trailer was so cool. That sequence was so cool. And
Yeah, I
then
can't
you
wait
go
to see him do more of that.
Yeah, and then there's probably about 5 extra seconds on that sequence, and
Where he
like,
throws a box in a guy and his
exactly,
head explodes.
Yeah.
exactly.
Or
Or like,
throws a grenade into a room. to
when
people blow up.
they dropped the Robin costume in the first trailer, which everyone freaked out about and was amazing, but by the it had no relevance to the plot whatsoever, and so by the time you watch the movie, you're desensitized to it completely, and it just and it's the same with this Flash scene. They didn't do such a bad job of it this time round because that scene's not like the climax. So they did a good job of hiding all the Superman stuff and all that. But yeah, we'd already seen that like a year ago. So
I can't imagine a scene with Ben Affleck and Jared Leto where it's the tame fat Batman and this really excitable young Joker without any sighing from Batman.
Yeah, just are you fucking serious?
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't ever want to see Jared Leto's Joker again.
No.
I really don't.
I really gave him a chance. I was like,
And do you know what?
Before I watched the film, I was like, this guy's going to be better than Heath Ledger.
I didn't quite think that.
Weirdly disappointed.
I thought he was going to be good.
Yeah. And then the recruition of Cyborg, who to me was the most boring, bland, out of place character in this film. I hated Cyborg so much. He does not deserve to be on the Justice League.
hate him.
I thought it was pretty good.
He was nothing.
Do you think? I actually thought all those scenes with him and his dad in the apartment, it didn't make me cringe at all, which is generally
That's
a
good.
sign.
If you're not cringing, it's alright.
I did find it stupid how he's at the lake.
Yeah.
He like
creeping up behind a tree.
what the fuck do you gain from watching them?
I think obviously, look, as with everything in this film, it could have been fleshed out a lot more.
Yeah.
And we probably could have done with maybe seeing a Cyborg movie before he showed up.
It'd be nice to have seen a film for all of these people before this.
Yeah, well, that's just a little idea we're going to throw out there. They can do with that what they will. But yeah, I wouldn't say Cyborg. I thought Aquaman was probably a lot worse than Cyborg.
Really?
I definitely do. Again, it wasn't like Jason Momoa or anything. It was just
it was just Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
Yeah,
it
you're
wasn't
right.
Aquaman. It was Jason Momoa.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that scene with Mira, atrocious. It's like something from
So
Spy
bad.
Kids 3.
So bad.
Her acting made me want to gag.
Horrific. Yeah, that was the only time I actually turned to Gabe during the film and said something. I said, "God, she's a pretty good actress."
Yeah.
And I said,
That was sarcasm, by the way.
Yeah.
Just to clear it up.
I mean, it was terrible. I mean, she swims in. You think, wow, what a fine-looking woman. Opens her mouth and then, just such.
Okay.
I don't really remember anything
so
from
bad.
that.
And also, I was willing to give Aquaman the movie a chance, but
I don't. Why?
if it's gonna be 90 minutes of them underwater and then they have to open up an air pocket until I'm done, I do not want to see this. Not even Willem Dafoe can make me want to watch that.
No, I am actually looking forward to the Aquaman movie, but I just hope that they don't. I hope they tone down how much of a dude Aquaman is.
Yeah.
Oh my man, I dig it. Oh, let me just down this JD and smash it on the ground.
Whilst what was playing whilst that was happening? Was it like that
Oh,
icky song?
which is a good song.
Yeah,
but
it,
I guess that's Aquaman's
yeah,
theme
it just
song
came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Kind of like I don't know how I felt about going back to the start, the opening credits song that went along with that. Like it just, it felt a little just. None of it seemed to fit.
No, it really was just trying to do the Watchmen opening.
Yeah.
10 times worse, and I wouldn't have even believed that was the same person because I'm a huge fan of Watchmen. I think it's an amazing masterpiece.
Yeah, I could watch that anytime. The Atlanteans. Do you think they looked really fake and really shit?
I don't even remember seeing any of them.
Well,
like
you
even
see,
on the
you see a king, don't you? But
Oh,
like,
yeah.
who is that? And he
yeah.
looks like he just looks like something from a TV show.
I think that was the.
What that?
I
It
can't remember if
wasn't-
that was the guy from Game of
No.
Thrones.
Oh,
Because I know that.
oh no, that was the Human King. That was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I thought it was stupid.
Well, this is the thing. This movie, is an expensive movie, but there were, and I've noticed this actually
Very
quite a
expensive
bit
movie.
about some high budget films recently.
Yeah.
They've gotten very lazy in terms of location filming.
Yeah, no, it's just all CGI.
And as much as I love Ragnarok, I even thought this with that. It was noticeable.
No, some of the CGI in Ragnarok was atrocious.
Like
this CGI in this was worse, and it had a much bigger budget.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily think it's a case of the CGI itself. It's the location backdrops which have been bothering me, and I noticed it in Homecoming when Tony talks to Peter on the with New York in the background. That was terrible. I noticed it with in Thor, a lot of the backdrops, and then in this, when they go to Norway, and then in this again, a lot of the backdrops, and actually no, the worst offender of the whole year, hands down, was Pirates of the Caribbean.
I haven't seen it, unfortunately. I wanted to.
The backdrops in that, which especially the end when they meet.
Wave.
Yeah,
and this is a spoiler review for Justice League. I
I
haven't seen Pirates of the Caribbean yet. Okay.
But when they see Elizabeth at the end, I don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
And because just you watch the first Pirates of the Caribbean and everything's on location. It's beautiful. It's all practical and it's great. Anyway, that's.
I'm gonna bring it back because I've got a point, a major plot point. It may have been explained, and this might make me look
I'm
like a
about to
fucking
shut
idiot.
you down if I can.
Please do. Someone has to.
Yeah.
What happened? They split the mother boxes up. They fall over, have a laugh. What happens to the mother boxes? Do they blow up?
Listen, alright. You can get back to that point a bit. I want to bring us back into...
But it's a point I wanted answered.
I don't know.
Well, then there we go.
Well, you're going to have to buy tickets to that next movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
No, can we go, like...
That's how they do it.
What's the
Got me by the balls.
What's the next scene after they get all the Justice League members together? It's the bit where, like, Flash goes and saves people, right? So it's that under...
Yeah.
So the great...
Have you got any more to say on
Where
that?
was that? Was that a sewer? It was under...
It was under Gotham Harbour.
Yeah. Why did they go there?
Don't know, mate.
I don't know, it's just where it was.
Look cool.
So...
I like that fight scene. That was a good
Although,
fight
honestly, I was under the impression the whole movie was taking place there from the promotion. Because it kind of...
Yeah.
Oh, also, talking of locations, if I never see... I hope to God that I never have to see that part of Metropolis again with the shrine, the monument, and where Zod's ship is. I don't know what it is about.
No,
that
it just makes you
area.
depressed because of...
I hate it so much. I hate being there. I hate seeing, so much of BVS was there. Then we have so much of this here, like the second half of the movie or whatever. I don't know.
Why the fuck was it in Russia?
Listen, come on.
Okay,
What was it? Oh yeah, that was
why was
a bit
that?
weird.
Yeah, it's because it was off the grid, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
But then there was that like
Try and hack this poop. Oh!
But then there was like this monolith thing that I thought was always there. And I thought that's where the battle took place originally.
Yeah.
But then I thought that's why it was there. But then they're like, it's because it's off the grid. And then it's convenient that it's the two.
Another
It's
little,
one of the things that just doesn't make sense and we won't get into.
another little gripe that I had with Batfleck was, he's was it called the Nightcrawler?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Clearly pumps in all this money. It's brand new.
Can I just say something about the names in this? Instead of calling them what they are, they just put the in front of it. Like it's the Nightcrawler, the Aquaman,
the Nightcrawler.
They call you the Superman. Just call me Superman.
The Wonder Woman.
The Flash. No, don't call me that, please.
No, actually, I think it's not stated in the film because, like I said, there's just gaps in it. But I think Ezra Miller came out and said that he's obviously a new superhero, so he hasn't even got the name of the Flash yet.
The Alfred, can you make me some soup? The Alfred.
So what's really annoying about the Flash being not called the Flash. He's already got white lightning, which I don't know if it's the same thing in this universe, but I think in the comics, if you have white lightning or blue lightning, it means you're at the fastest speed that you can.
I thought he had both.
To be honest with you, I think that was just a stylistic change.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I thought gold was.
That's just the normal running.
Oh shit.
But yeah,
but I always thought the lightning was just like I never thought he had lightning. I thought it was just like the streamline from his cushion going so fast, like the horns.
Yeah,
I mean, in the comics originally it was.
Yeah.
If we talk about
Go to Smallville. That's what it is.
Oh god, no. Don't.
I watched all 10 seasons. Don't regret it.
You should.
Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do the thing? Do the thing.
Somebody save me.
Every time I think about it, I just think of Nathan screaming that.
Oh, God.
No, but when I just think of Smallville now, I just think of IHOP. Because, all those scenes of Man of Steel are fucking IHOP.
Right. I want to skip forward to, like, the bit where, like, Wonder Woman gut punches Batman.
Oh,
yeah!
That was good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know what it is, but just seeing a superhero hit another superhero, it just gets you, like...
That got me thinking, though, because that happens before they go take Superman back.
Yeah.
Do you think that punch was why he was limping? He falls to the ground, that's fine. But he has bruises all over his front. Was that her?
I don't know, but like she did not. She didn't seem so. I reckon she could have punched a hole through him
easily.
Although the circumstances around that, in my opinion, was so dumb because obviously,
did your boyfriend Steve Trevor tell you that
from the movie that was previously released in March? Obviously for audiences, Wonder Woman's pretty fresh in our minds. But come on, it was 100 years ago. Yeah. You trying to tell me she hasn't had any bit of action since then? Have you seen her?
Obviously, it's because I don't exist in that universe.
Yeah. But also,
I just think Diana's a strong woman,
independent
female character.
Yeah.
No, but I'm sure she's probably not that head up about it anymore. She's probably
but that also seemed to be the only nod to. That's why this film seems very like not an event, because that's the only nod to anything else that's going on in the universe. Like, there's nothing. I don't remember any like other like, oh, this is what's going on with like a Batman sidekick or something like the Dead Robin. I was looking for the Dead Robin costume, and I couldn't see it in the Batcave. So I don't know if it's been taken down or if they're just not showing it anymore.
Well, that could beg the question that maybe Robin died just before BVS, and that's why he's so sort of pissed off.
It'd be nice if they could actually tell us this.
Yeah. But that's just me piecing things together.
Yeah, so I'd like that to be like them to flesh out this universe more rather than keeping it.
It's a lot of guesswork.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Flash himself?
Yeah, you can talk about Flash.
What do you want to talk about his dad, who's not going to be in any of the other movies?
Oh, no,
did he quit?
He is. There was a rumor that he wasn't actually going to do it.
I didn't like him in this.
You don't like him?
Well, it's not. I like the actor because I like him in Watchmen, but there was nothing there. There was no point to it.
That scene should have made you sad, but I didn't care.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. Like, they were clearly trying to sort of anchor them as characters and show, but it just wasn't enough. And Billy Crudup, or whatever his name is, he's a good actor.
Was he the one from Covenant or not?
Yeah, he was in that.
Yeah,
and obviously he's in Watchmen. Actually, those two, Ezra Miller and Billy Crudup, they were in the Stanford Prison Experiment.
Oh yeah, that's a good film. Did us rewatch that together?
We did watch that together.
Yeah, that fucked me up after.
That was an amazing film.
Yeah.
If you think about it, everyone except Aquaman's dad was in the film. Oh, actually, except Batman. Because you see Wonder Woman's dad, Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus.
You see
he's in the fight, isn't he?
Flashes.
Like that fight where like there's loads of different like Green Lantern gods.
Yeah. You don't really see Superman's dad, though, do you?
You see a picture of him.
Oh yeah, no, like. Cause also, I want to go back to that like where that giant battle's going on. There's like there's that guy that's like. There's the one with the bow and arrow. There's the one that's playing with lightning. Are those like the gods that are going to go to be Shazam?
No.
Is that? I feel like Shazam like took his powers from
Shazam's gods are magic. They're not Greek.
Okay.
That's why he can defeat Superman.
He's magic based.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's weird shit.
But I did like Flash. I mean, like you said,
he's a great actor.
You said, Gabe, not every line worked, but that happens with all comic relief, doesn't it? I mean, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, I like Ezra Miller in pretty much everything. I would never have cast him as the Flash in a million years. It would never have even occurred to me. But he is good. And I mean, in my opinion, I think this movie would have worked 10 times better if they anchored it from the Flash's perspective from the beginning, and sort of that Batman and Diana were sort of behind the scenes working things, and Flash sort of stumbled upon them, and it was just a bit more organic.
Yeah. But
there wasn't really nobody really anchored this movie. It was truly an ensemble piece, but usually in an ensemble piece there is sort of it is from one of the bear's perspective.
It also didn't feel like an ensemble piece. Like,
no, it didn't.
The bits with like if you go to Avengers, there's a segment at the start of that movie that's about them.
Yeah. And
in this one, like kind of is.
They tried to do that, but
it didn't really work.
No. I really don't like because there's a. I don't understand when Suicide Squad is in relation to this film because it's obviously before because he says he's putting a team together in the after credits.
Sorry to cut you off. I said I wouldn't.
No, silence.
Okay. More blue lights shining into the sky in this film. Like,
was that your point?
That's it.
Shut up.
The door's there, mate.
I'm sorry.
No, because you see the Flash and he says he doesn't do any of that shit. He just runs and then he solves a bank robbery.
Yeah.
He punches
very confidently. Might I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was witty and everything. There was no like stumbling over your words like Jesse.
And was that in Australia?
Yeah. Good point.
What's the fuck? What the fuck is he doing? Because he said he doesn't know which way's east, which way's west coast.
He stumbled on that
How
bank.
the
He had
fuck
no
did
clue.
you get to Australia, mate?
The Speed Force. But no, I did like Flash. I would, out of any of the upcoming movies that are in development, that's the one that I want to see the most.
Really?
I honestly feel
I
like
want to see a Batman trilogy.
anyone who was a part of this film was here, who had any decision, they'd probably be crying right now.
Well, this is the thing. It's like they haven't had these conversations. You know, the Avengers had way less work cut out for it in the beginning of establishing those characters because we had already bonded with them all, apart from maybe, you know, Hawkeye and that. But yeah, it still spent more time and effort in putting the team together and developing them in that movie itself than this movie did. And this movie needed to.
This is the 5th movie in the
and they've
DC
accomplished
thing, and
nothing.
But yeah, so this is the 5th movie and it's Justice League already. How many films came before Avengers? There was Captain America, Thor, Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Was it the 5th film?
It was the...
There you go, Avengers did it better.
Yeah. I don't. You know what's funny about Avengers though? It's because they flush out everyone. They don't have time to do Hawkeye, and then in the next one they find out he has a family.
Yeah.
But imagine if that was in the first one. How stupid that would be.
To most, I think everyone overreacted about.
It's stupid in the second.
I'm not going to talk about Avengers, but like I have no problem with Hawkeye.
No, me neither.
No, I just don't care about his fucking family.
Yeah, fuck your
You
family.
leave Linda Cardellini and the cast of Freaks and Geeks out of this.
Oh, there's one person and no one else.
What's the next part?
Jason Segel as Nick.
Is the next
Oh,
part?
if Jason Segel's in the MCU, I'd love that.
The next part of this film is
He'd
the
make a good beast.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
Jason
please.
Segel's Beast. Oh
Stop.
my god, let's do it.
Superman coming back from the dead. That's like the next part of this film, which again a massive plot hole. How the fuck did you know that this block and this water is going to bring back?
It's
know,
basic
the dead?
science.
He
You
looked,
fuck
no. It states that it's because he was researching Lex Luthor's notes. His Kryptonian
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
because they said Luthor in every other sentence, didn't they? Oh, well, Luther's doing this. Luther's doing that.
doing that.
I just
Well,
saw
I
Luther last
Probably would
week.
have made sense in the extended cut where he actually had a role in the actual film rather than a post.
Again,
but we'll get to that.
I like Jesse Eisenberg in most things, but
Yeah.
holy fucking shit.
I don't like him in most things.
I don't like him as Lex Luthor.
I'm going to agree with Revan. I do like him.
Yeah, I
It's
do
time-
like him.
my
in a lot of
time
things.
Yeah, get out.
I just feel like he plays the same guy in everything.
Yeah, stuttery guy.
Yeah, I've seen him in... What have I seen? I saw him in something
I saw a
recently
clip
that I really
from.
liked.
I want to watch the film The Double, but I know he
Oh,
plays
yeah,
two
no, The Double's
characters
good.
in that.
Isn't that Richard Ayoade film?
Yeah.
Zombieland's great, obviously.
I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning last night because I was watching too many interviews with Richard Ayoade again.
He'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
man. He's God.
You go back to camp.
All right, back to Justice League. I really liked the bit. I liked Superman's return.
Oh,
I loved the fight scene where he was fighting the Justice League.
Do you know
It was
what's really good about this film, though? No, they don't say a really cheesy line. It's like, so what are we? I'd say we're the Justice League.
What are we, some kind of Justice League? No, but there was that awful Superman line where he said something about justice. That was terrible.
Oh yeah, no, like a lot of this.
Justice.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
calm
fuck
down,
off,
Clark.
Clark. I don't like Superman anymore.
No.
And I love Superman.
I don't
but
like
not this
Superman, but I'll give him a chance. But
No, I don't like him. Not in this universe.
Well, I do like him. To all the people that are getting depressed by listening to these negative.
What's the
Nancy
best
Nancy's.
quality, Nathan? His mum has more lines in him.
She needs to go.
Yeah, she needs to get gone.
And so does Lois. Fuck Lois.
What was that
Oh,
scene at the
thirsty
Daily
Lois.
Planet? What was that scene at the Daily Planet where they're sitting there in the break room, and then this black guy comes in, starts spouting off some random shit about a story,
Yeah.
and then she says something, and then he leaves, and then that's it. What was that
Yeah,
about?
no.
Was he? I thought he was Asian.
No,
I don't know.
it's
I
okay.
don't,
Cut
I
out
don't
the-
see
the
colour
references
Revan.
to ethnicity, please. Martha. I don't really care about her,
No.
and
I'd like her to get just die off screen or something.
she does in the movie, like in the old ones.
Yeah.
I love Superman. I love Christopher Reeve. I love reading Superman comics, but this just doesn't do it for me, man. And do you know what? I don't even dislike Man of Steel, which is the weird thing.
I really like Man. I still think Man of Steel is the best one.
Yeah,
Best
it is
film, and I think
it is
it's
the
I don't
best,
think it's
yeah.
Justice League. But then I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, just in case.
No, it's
That's
Man of
better.
Steel.
Wonder Woman's just
Justice League, BVS, Suicide Squad.
Wonder Woman's just like the first Avenger, but a woman, and not as good.
Sounds like it's much better than the first Avenger if it's got a woman in it.
Oh, go.
Are you dissing Hayley Atwell now?
She's coming back. Doesn't matter. Not the point.
No, she's dead. She died
Fuck.
in Civil War.
So, oh yeah, so,
No,
so
do something with the time
did we like that little humorous exchange with Thirsty Lois or
No, it was awkward as fuck.
Oh my god! It's like what the?
Like, can we get back to the facts in there? Like,
no Thirsty
no.
Lois, Thirsty Lois 2017.
Clark says you're real thirsty. And she just like
Do you know that bit?
hungry. I mean hungry. Oh my goodness!
God's please, you spiked so high on this.
Well, it deserves a spike.
Try and
Yeah.
clean that up at the end again.
Let's keep mentioning it every now and then. So
I liked and didn't like. I have so many. I'm such a controversial person. How easily Superman kicked the shit out of the people in the Justice League.
Yeah, but then like he's just too powerful. And,
Yeah.
like, and it's like, you know, he comes in, smashes stuff off the face. You know, usually there's that trope of like, the hero will meet the villain once, and the hero will meet the villain again during the end and lose terribly, and then there will be the final one after you think it's over. But there's
It's
nothing
not
again.
over.
It's just over.
Yeah.
And then he fucks off and cries.
Oh, Steppenwolf was
terrible.
the weakest villain.
Spider-Man
I know.
2's got the best hero-villain scenes.
Yes.
'Cause there's the train scene.
Trains, exactly.
There's the bank scene. There's
Yeah.
the fucking harbour scene.
Well,
Good
there's
shit.
the opening where they meet.
You're
each
such a
other.
Marvel
Yeah.
fanboy.
Yeah.
Hey.
T.S. Eliot.
Yes, but I think we deserve that free microwave.
We still get the free toaster, right? I'm afraid not. You don't.
Make a deposit.
Wow, real hero, your son, eh? Shame on you! It's not much, now take it!
Do you want to just go to the finale of this film?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so did I finish the point about the Nightcrawler? He just crashes
That was an hour ago.
He crashes it into a building and doesn't even seem to care. Now, I know he's got a lot of money. I'm not saying he doesn't, but does anyone have that much money?
I think he does have
That was some
much
Elon
money.
Musk shit right there, okay? And he, just doesn't even care. He can't even fly the goddamn thing. This Batman is so incapable of doing anything, okay? I bet
but
Alfred wipes his ass, you know? Oh, Alfred, tell me what's going on in this tunnel. I don't enjoy seeing
he can
that.
shave by himself.
That's true.
We haven't
I can't
seen
And
even
it cut after the shaving was done. For all we know, he was just.
You know,
He
it's
cuts
just
his jugular.
like I like Batman as a detective. I like Batman, like, you know, being stoic and a bit broody, kind of sarcastic. Things make him smile occasionally, but he's in control. He knows what's up, you know.
and the peak of his Ben Affleck,
Ben Affleck Batman.
thank you, was his opening scene.
Yeah.
At BVS.
And we got that then, and we got that at the beginning of this movie, but then it quickly descended. So I'm
He's
not
only
trying
got
to.
enough energy.
Yeah.
For one scene.
I don't want to try and make the point that it's
I really like Ben
Affleck
Affleck
I
in
have
this
a
film.
problem with, because I don't. Because I actually think
Yeah,
But-
what you like Ben Affleck in this one?
Yeah.
that's what is
I'm
so
saying it more 'cause,
frustrating
like,
about these movies is that, you know, 1 minute they do it right, and then the next minute they don't. And
I guess
Well,
what
it's just
about
because there
No,
was
go
a
on.
majority of him being Bruce Wayne in this film.
Yeah.
He's not my favorite Bruce Wayne, so I'm not going to enjoy
No.
those scenes.
Christian
He's-
Bale's the best Bruce Wayne, but
like
I think
we
Ben
said,
Affleck's best Batman.
He's a weak dick, so
Yeah.
True.
But the thing about this film, when I think kind of like why I'm being more positive, is it wasn't complete shit. So it made me like.
You're right.
Yeah,
that's the
my
review. Everyone, go home.
It wasn't terrible, which made me optimistic about where it could go after this.
I honestly, the first scene when it was that iPhone thing, you could hear me laughing, couldn't you?
Oh, we were laughing. People were
And
staring.
I was about to write it off. Then, like,
I looked around. I had popcorn in my hair because people were throwing it at
yeah, someone threw a Coke at me.
Oh, they were right. There was. We were watching.
Oh my god, damn
we
it.
were watching it, and again, going back to the hashtag Thirsty Lois scene.
Let's get
The
it.
best scene.
She's single now.
God, they always got to have a fucking sexy ass Lois, where it's like she's either in the bath, she's thirsty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let me displace all this water in my suit. Anyway,
Idiot.
so we see the this like news footage of this old woman, and
It was the janitor's wife from. It was the janitor who went missing, who worked for Cyborg's dad. He got kidnapped. Remember?
oh, what?
That was her husband.
Oh right, well, I didn't even put that together.
Did you think that was some
I
random?
forgot all
Yeah, I
about
thought
the
it was
fucking
random.
janitor.
Yeah,
I'm not-
because I don't. Yeah, because
Well,
because
that's
there was
all I
that
wrote
scene.
down when I
Yeah.
saw the film.
That's another thing. There was the scene with the janitor, and then he just looks up, and you think something's good, and then it awkwardly just cuts away
Yeah.
from him to a whole other scene that's
Because
nothing
it's a
to do
kids'
with it.
film, it wouldn't.
Well,
I think the scene after was Iceland or whatever.
yeah, it was. Yeah, But I've seen that done better where they cut away and you still kind of know what happens.
Yeah, you're like,
you know.
okay.
Anyway, you at least get a reaction, not just...
Yeah, you did. There was no reaction there. Anyway, so this woman on the news and she's swearing and they're bleeping it out.
Oh, that pissed me off.
I guess
so
it was
fucking
supposed
up.
to be funny, right?
It
Anyway,
wasn't funny.
there was a guy sat right next to me, and I didn't see who he sat next to. I just assumed it was his girlfriend
Please
or
tell
his
me
wife
he died
or something.
laughing or something.
This who I thought was a woman was just laughing and laughing and laughing, and I literally was so annoyed because it wasn't funny at all anyway, and it was so loud. Anyway, the movie ends.
Bottled them, Revan.
Yeah, I did. With the plastic water that I had. Anyway, the movie ends. He gets up, but then I see it's actually a little kid. It's a boy.
So
I was like,
kid.
I'll let him off because.
So he's gonna be the next Robin Williams.
Yeah,
basically.
obviously, because a little kid finds swearing and bleeping funny, so I'll give him that one.
I
But
won't.
during the movie, I was very disturbed.
See,
It did sound
I've
like
had-
a woman's cackle.
It sounded like a woman. It did not sound like a little boy.
you know how many times, like, I mean, Deadpool's the most noticeable one, but when we went to go see Deadpool and I had that guy sat next to me.
God.
Deadpool's a very funny film,
Yeah.
but there are times where you just don't laugh. And this fucking dickhead
It was the trailer stuff.
was just, yeah, it was
He's
all
like
the
you
kind of
never
stuff
like
you've
just walked
seen.
in, like you've been in a bunker and just walked. He was released into the cinema. Then I think it was this. What film did we see where a guy kept sneezing, and it
We
wasn't
went to
funny.
see Manchester by the Sea,
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the most depressing films, and this guy was either coughing or choking.
Both. He was dying.
He was an old man, and he was choking. I mean, like, he'd laugh, and I'd be like, Gabe, come on, it's not funny. Then I'd start to laugh, and he'd get to, and we'd just, like, kind of like play
Crying.
tennis of who's about to just burst
I actually
out.
cried. That
Yeah.
was one of the many times I cried in that film.
This one of the times where I had to hold my breath.
Yeah,
so
but
that I
like,
wouldn't
in
laugh.
silence, you'd be waiting for a scene where it's like, it's the scene when the guy's son is at the freezer and he's freaking out, and then it comes back into my head and I'm laughing again, and I'm boiling hot and sweating because I'm trying to compose myself.
Alright, back to Justice.
Oh my god, that was... comment your best cinema experiences.
Yeah,
down
no,
below
please do.
And subscribe.
And like how many times... You always got to get in there the beg.
Yeah.
I like the I really like the end. Like you said, Superman was cheesy at the end, but I really liked it. I got a lot of enjoyment.
What,
out
you
of it.
didn't...
What, when he ripped his shirt?
No, not at the very end.
Because
I'm
that
about,
was
like, the
amazing.
finale.
I like that.
Okay, cool.
I
See,
think...
I didn't like that. You're
Oh
on the
my
end,
God.
though. You see how many people are around you?
It was
Don't
going in an
go
alleyway,
somewhere
mate.
else.
It wasn't that homeless
Right,
man
but
with the
it's
sign
cool.
that said "I tried" and then Superman's
No, it's
back.
cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Also, going back, I think one of the reasons that you had a more negative response to this film and I had a more... They gave me...
They gave you free stuff.
They gave me a free band. Like,
He's wearing it right now.
Wait,
See
what?
this? So I got this, like, free...
I like
Oh,
it. Honestly,
as if I'd want to go round with that on my wrist.
Oh, come on, it's cool!
As if I want people to actually think I liked it.
I like... So I just feel like maybe that kid fucked it up for you, but this band made the film
Well,
for
Nathan's
me.
also been wearing a Wonder Woman tiara this
Yeah.
entire time.
Yeah.
Well, I can't take it off now. I've been wearing,
It's
if I take it off, it
been
feels
wearing
like
it
I'm
since
still
I
wearing
started.
it.
soft to my skin.
but I like when they give you free shit in movies.
Well, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
That's the highlight of this review.
Yeah.
They gave me free shit.
Go back to you. So
Another thing, well, I about the Flash, like his reactions to things, they made me laugh a lot. You know?
yeah,
Well, when
I liked it when Superman's like carrying that in, like
Yeah.
giant building. That's cool.
It was
But
the-
I like that scene when they're all fighting Superman. Then Flash is gonna run up and like probably smack him around the face or something. But then he just turns his head and you just
yeah,
see
no,
Flash
it's
like,
cool. He starts to freak out.
Because it's that thing of, well, why is Flash there? You know,
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
child.
Because that's the thing. You know, they have that little rivalry, and that was the after credit scene, which I thought was really
Who
good.
do you
Yeah.
think would win in a fight? Because I'm gonna pitch two newcomers, two young
Okay.
newcomers.
Right.
Spider-Man.
Me and Revan.
Yeah,
Yeah, you two.
I'd slap him up.
Yeah, he's got,
You would.
he's
I
got
can't. I
that.
can't.
No, would you throw your tiara at him though?
Yes. Try
No,
and knock
it's
him out.
My way.
Peter
And
Parker.
if not,
from
I'd throw my
Civil-
bandit in like a rubber band, get him in the eye,
Maybe.
blind him.
Revenant's one.
Yeah.
It's one. It's one.
Alright.
No, Spider-Man from Civil War or the Flash from this movie.
Flash.
Because he's got
Oh no.
reflexes.
He's he's nowhere near as quick as the Flash.
Yeah, I know he's not quick, but he's got spider sense, isn't he?
Yeah,
I
but
think-
Say
okay.
he's running at him, he just moves out of the way and like clotheslines him. And then he could web him up.
I guess Flash would win in the sense he'd just run off.
Wait, doesn't the Flash
But-
get shot in the leg in this film?
Yeah, he
And
does.
that's not addressed.
I think that's to do with the fact that like,
But
they get like, because they're a speeder, they regenerate easier, if you know what I mean. So like they heal a lot faster.
The more garlic bread.
Also, can I just say that again, the finale of this film, Batman grabbed his gun as soon as he fucking could.
I know. Then it runs out. He looks so disappointed. Like, oh fuck.
Again.
He's just there picking people up.
Well, you know.
Now he's just shooting civilians at a point, and then it's like one wants to slap him.
Come on, Bruce.
I mean, Spider-Man's obviously a lot stronger because I would say Bucky was one of the strongest.
Yeah, but who do you think has the stronger punch?
Who?
Flash.
Yeah, probably Flash.
What? Than Spider-Man?
Yeah, speed over.
Doesn't he punch Superman in one point?
I think he does.
No,
He doesn't punch anyone.
Someone runs away.
He's just like normal in that. Whereas
but if you had the momentum,
to be fair, I'm thinking
that'd be
like
they're different universes. They can't be.
Yeah,
compared.
no.
They can't be compared.
Yeah, fucking losers.
But the final fight with I fucking hated how Steppenwolf was taken down because it's like
he didn't
it's
die.
Just a massive. Yeah, he didn't die. And one like it was just a
lost
callback
his
to the
CR.
very beginning of the film again. It's like, oh, they can now smell your fear. I was like, I'm sorry, when is this a thing? Oh yeah, you mentioned it in the first 30 seconds of the film.
You look pussy.
Zach made a connection.
Yeah.
Is that a theme emerging?
But
Wait, so are you trying to say that BVS's theme was mothers with Martha and Justice League's was dad? Daddy. This time they've got daddy issues.
Next up, Grandpapa.
So do you want to move? You gotta.
Well, the next Flash film could be Batman's dad.
Yeah, true.
So
Actually, I want to see.
yeah,
That's if they make it that
looking
far.
forward to that.
See, I'll bring this up in a bit. But is there any more about this film that you want to?
Well,
Wonder Woman's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder why, Gabe.
You were jerking off halfway through the film. No, where's Gabe?
Come back! Come back!
No, I just think she made them. She punched Batman.
Yeah.
She
she
knew Cyborg was at the lake.
She's the only one who's got a clue. Let's be honest.
And then she was against bringing back Superman, which is the point that we all hated Superman being really cheap. So she
You know what?
saved
You know
the
what,
film.
Gabe? I agree.
And she was the only. She had the most going on with
Also-
Steppenwolf. He killed like where she used to live.
Yeah.
He killed my home.
He killed my place of residence.
Can I go back to where Superman has arrived and like they fucking left the only thing they had to protect? They left the mother box.
Yeah.
Unprotected. Batman wasn't even in the fight.
Yeah, where was he? Just jerking off?
Just watch the mother box. Make sure no one takes it.
I can't stop thinking about Diana slapping me like that.
He's just like writing a love note in the background. It's like fucking hell. He's shaving probably.
Yeah.
It's
Or
deep this
he's calling Alfred, just checking up like Alfred. Hey, just checking up. It's me.
I also liked the little fist bump between Cyborg and Flash at the end, and Flash's expression.
Total wasn't like earned at all. I think it was Cyborg's booyah.
Oh,
It was out of nowhere.
no!
I did want it. Though.
We liked it.
No, I
Come
wanted
on,
to
man.
see it, but like by the time it happened, it was like
How do you earn the right to say booyah?
you
Is
have
it
to be
something
that
you-
character the entire time. You can't be this emo prick and then
Yeah,
suddenly
but
be like,
he-
just
no,
lost
but there
His
was-
entire body.
Diana was
care.
saying how like you have to try and be that person the whole time. How she was trying to get over Trevor, Steve Trevor. Trevor. Yeah, so I feel like once he did that, he was like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, booyah.
Booyah.
Seeing Cyborg say booyah on the big
I think
screen.
Ray Fisher's that's the name of the actor. He's his acting was off.
Do you? I thought he was really good.
He played an android.
It could have been. See, it was either he was a bad actor, or the way that they went about him being Cyborg was wrong. Because he spoke very robotically, which Cyborg doesn't
I don't
speak
think
like
he was
that.
a bad actor, I'll be honest. Wait, what about that footage in the trailer where he was normal and he was just walking down and his like...
Oh yeah, cut.
Yeah.
It was
I
cut.
have to wait to see the extended cut for that.
Great, more money.
I'm looking forward to an extended.
Well,
cut,
maybe
though.
that scene will just be him walking an alleyway and then he just blows
Although,
up.
to be fair, Batman v Superman was a very long, bloated movie that I knew from the get-go seeing an extended cut wouldn't
Seen it in
change
3D.
anything.
Nah.
And it didn't.
What the fuck was the scene with the horses in BVS? The trailer. They were like on the plains in like Western times. People were riding on horses.
I don't
I
remember.
don't even remember that.
But
Did I have a stroke or something?
maybe you did. But I could
You
see.
watching
I
the
could
trailer
see
for fucking...
an extended edition
Aliens
of this
versus
movie.
cowboys.
That's a great movie. No, it's not. It's not. I could see an extended version of Justice League working better, and I would be interested.
So
in
I
seeing
think that one of the things I will give this film props is I actually didn't see there wasn't much contrast between Zack Snyder's style and Joss Whedon's. I thought it felt pretty fluent, to be honest. But I feel if you see an extended cut, it's going to be
I don't know, but
Zack Snyder's.
You can't get someone in to just do reshoots and be like, oh, bring your own flavour to the table, like, because otherwise you're gonna have to remake the whole movie.
I really don't understand that scene in the trailer. It's like he said you'd come, but then it's like a green reflection in his glasses. But was that Superman going there and they're like, where are they?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Was that like the pizza guy? Like he said you'd come. You're late. Where's my pizza time?
Also,
I'm not paying for those.
Also, do you think that Superman's black suit was cut from this, or do you think it wasn't in it at all?
It wasn't in it at all. I don't think.
That really depressed me. I wanted to see that.
Mullet. I want to see the mullet.
Yeah. Mullet for Superman.
Yeah.
Yes, we watched the Weekly Planet. Get off our ass.
What do you got, Revan?
That's pretty much.
You're the guest, so we're using you for these points.
Do you want to? Yeah.
I don't really know what else I have to say about it. You know, this is exhausting.
What have we not talked about?
I think we already covered it.
Pretty much.
There's nothing to talk about Jim Gordon.
No.
I don't know why he was in it.
No.
Because
he also looked very weird with like that comb over.
He did. I was thinking that too.
But also, he looked very much like the Jim Gordon from the Arkham games. Yeah. Especially Arkham Knight.
Look, this movie had no depth to it.
I don't think he did.
There's nothing else we can say. I mean,
I'll show you in a bit and see if you.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking with Jim, is he going to drop an Easter egg about some sort of Batman villain?
He did jack shit. What did he tell them? Anything they already knew?
It's going to cost a lot of money.
Like the prophecy that Wonder Woman knows. That's more information than he could ever give them.
Yeah. So I don't know.
And that scene on the roof where they just disappear. It's like, what did they all do that?
Yeah.
Is that like
yeah.
Well, it's like they all the characters
turn their backs, and I reckon Batman just tapped them all on the shoulder, apart from Flash. I'm just like, this fucking kid.
All the characters had someone from their world there, but it just doesn't work when you don't even know what their world is. It's like in the Avengers, people that we've already been established. We don't. It's not like we see Jane. And we've spent like 2 movies with her. We don't see her in the Avengers. Yeah, sure, we see Pepper in Avengers 1, but that's because we'd spent 2 movies with her. We know her, and Iron Man was kind of the main character in that movie. So they kind of get that right, but even they don't really. It's just them, But
to add to the fact that this review is really patchy, I'm just gonna say it. I don't like Aquaman's entrance when he like bursts through there and then stops the wave and then he goes again. It's like that feels a bit weird.
It's kind of weird.
But I hear you can talk to fish.
Oh fuck!
Fucking calm down with those references. You're trying to make. It's really weird because they're trying to make this character cool, like with like the character as on his own.
Yeah.
But then the characters around him are trying to put him down. Yeah. It's like, is he a cool character or not?
What am I supposed to feel?
Yeah. Sitting on the whip.
I liked that. I liked that bit with him in the whip though. I thought that was good. When he kind of.
I liked it when he was surfboarding on a parademon.
Yeah.
Even though the CGI looked bad, it was cool.
Yeah.
We'd seen it in the trailer.
Yeah.
But again, I've been pretty negative, but I didn't completely. I didn't completely hate it.
Yeah.
There was bits in it that I liked, and I would watch it again. But the thing, people saying, "Oh, it's a step in the right direction," but
you just step back from
shit. So many
shit,
chances. It's still uncategorically a bad movie.
It's just watchable.
Do you want to get to the after credit scenes?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
All right, Joe. We'll start with the we'll start with the fun one.
The
Flash versus.
Enjoyed it. Apart from the lip.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I'm just really bad at seeing those sort of things. Like I saw it in the first bit where I was like videoed on an iPhone.
You used to think Attack of the Clones. The clones.
Yeah, I thought the clones are real, and then I watched it recently, and I was like, nah.
Sheev Palpatine actually did that.
A 920 degree flip.
I was actually watching it recently. I watched that Mace Windu versus Palpatine with you, and just how like rubbery the Emperor's. Anyway, Flash versus Superman.
So yeah, it was
good.
It was cool to see that iconic comic book moment.
Yeah,
I like the bit where it's like if you don't beat me, you're off the team, which I kind of get. But also, I'll just tell you my entire point. I don't like that they didn't show you the race because I wanted to see Flash win. Because if Superman is the same speed as Flash, there's no point to Flash being in this.
Yeah, but that's going to be the opening of Justice League 2.
They'll finish
well,
the
it'll
race.
Be him winning.
They'll towel down.
Yeah.
Again, a JLA.
I liked it.
The
only thing was good as the scene in Smallville. But I like.
You got
Did they do that in
yeah.
Smallville?
Yeah,
Revan.
Oh, we'll show you it afterwards. If
Oh,
you haven't
great.
seen it and you've
I'm
made
in
it to
for a
this point
treat.
of the podcast, please watch.
Shall we pause it and show him so we can hear his reaction on the podcast?
Alright. Yeah, I'll put it in. We've got you going for an hour.
Okay.
You know, you could come with me.
Or you could stay.
You have a great life, Clark, but it's not mine. I have no reason to stay in Smallville.
You have me.
Thanks for being my friend.
Are you sure there's nothing I can do to change your mind?
Tell you what, if you can catch me, I'll think about it.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed
Final.
that.
The
Yeah.
final after credits scene, eh? What do we think about that, boys?
So you done with Flash Resters?
Yeah,
Alright,
we're
fine.
done,
It's fun. We like it.
It's
Alright,
fun
alright,
enjoyment.
yeah, go on then to the Lex
So
Luthor
Kevin
Deathstroke.
Spacey's entrance was intense.
And then the reappearance of Kevin Spacey's boat. From
Yeah.
Superman Returns,
They're all
which,
tying in.
Great. No, basically,
So the scene
because
plays out of Deathstroke being on a boat,
Yeah.
going to a bigger boat where you have a bull Jesse Eisenberg,
Yeah.
who's definitely toned it down from being like,
Do you think?
Daddy, where's my daddy?
Do you think? I think it's
Daddy
still
beat
like
me!
that. I because I didn't really care too much about this movie. I read the description of this scene before.
No, I
watched
knew about it.
I didn't.
And I read it on paper, and I thought, hey,
It was strange.
that sounds pretty good.
But it was dog shit.
it was
looked
dog
like
shit.
You
they
don't
had
like it?
that can spray for the
Yeah.
hair, and they sprayed it in his. That's
Yeah.
why
Oh
his
yeah, no,
hair-
Deathstroke didn't
Deathstroke's
look.
beard, like it was just.
The costume looked great. I thought the costume was
costume looked
amazing,
great.
but when
Well,
you
it's
took
just
it
the
off-
Arkham Origins costume. You can't really.
Yeah, no, but that costume's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you know, it does also beg the like. Again, for us, it's cool because we know who Deathstroke is, we know Slade Wilson is, and all that shit. But
Still can't believe people.
who
are
the
walking-
fuck was he? You know, like what?
Yeah.
What is Deathstroke doing in this universe? You know what I mean? Like it just.
I still had people walking out before we got to the after credit
because
scenes.
people
in
don't.
this.
Well, DC movies don't usually have after.
I,
credit
yeah, but I
scenes.
kind of like. All right, yeah, fair enough. But just please, just.
But also,
stick
people don't
around.
care.
Or if you
enough
don't care,
at this point.
We should have walked out.
And you know, oh yeah, Legion of Doom. Oh,
that was
We should have our
terrible.
own team.
That was dumb.
I'd rather just focus on solo adventures
Yeah.
first and be their heroes' respective villains.
Well, there's not
instead
really
of
anyone on the
teaming up.
Legion of Doom I like.
No.
Because the Joker doesn't
Well, the
really
Deathstroke
play.
isn't usually, and I don't think Deathstroke or
No.
Lex Luthor. I don't know.
Lex
Luthor
is.
Ooh,
But
Well, at least he is in the Robot Chicken ones, but I don't
Because
know.
you're just gonna get like Cheetah, maybe Grodd, Grundy, maybe
Mm.
Bizarro. They're
Ugh,
usually in it.
They're all brainless dogs.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah. I reckon I like the this is kind of like what I liked because it did show that there was a big universe out there but the rest of the film didn't show that. But then we got to the after credits scene and it's like, oh
you
yeah,
know,
this sort of stuff's
this
going on.
universe has been so in your face with that. All these characters exist, and we've seen them all to the
No.
point where the impact is no longer.
We
felt.
know these characters exist because fucking Warner Bros. Are like, oh, they're getting a film. You haven't
get it.
seen them
You
yet,
haven't
but you
seen
bet
them.
they're getting a film.
Whereas, you know,
Deathstroke's getting a film. Or at
You
least
get a
they've said it.
film. You get a film.
I hate to be
I don't-
that guy, but Marvel does it in such a way where
Yeah.
you know they just expert. It's like you know you see Howard the Duck, a terrible character, yet that still makes you
Yeah.
excited for some reason, and they did it. But
Then-
okay. all right, this is.
Do you
I'm
think
gonna
I'll
take
go
a
to another
nap after
planet?
this.
In
What?
DC, can I go off-world in DC? I mean, we've seen Krypton.
Well, you know, are we gonna see the Justice
At the
League
point in this
Tower
movie,
in
like, I'm
space?
optimistic
Are we gonna
about
see
what they.
Green Lantern do anything?
I'm optimistic about what they could do, but I also have no fucking clue what they can do.
Well, let's look at it this way, right? What do we know is actually 100% coming because their slate changes all the time. So we know Shazam is
I'm
definitely.
about to tell you the money that this has made in comparison to the rest of the universe in a second, and we'll discuss whether or not this universe is actually gonna.
I could tell you the stats right now because I know them.
Okay, go on.
So this made 96 million domestically in the North America, which it's a hefty sum of money.
Not for a
but in
not for a Justice
comparison
League.
with the
A
other
300
ones,
million budget.
Yeah. Now, Man of Steel was a
I've got
mixed movie, but people were so excited to see Batman v Superman. Finally get to see these two characters on the screen. That made 166 million. That's huge. Still not as much as the Avengers 207
I'll go
million
through.
opening
Right.
weekend. But
Man of Steel made 116 million. Batman v Superman 166 million.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad 135 million. Wonder Woman 103 million, which then obviously went on to make tons of money. And then you have this at 96 million.
yeah, because DC makes everything look cool. They know how to hype things up. People get excited, but we've been burnt by them too many times now. And I think audiences are wising up. Thank God. We still saw it. We're the suckers. We're the fools.
And I'll continue to spend money.
Yeah, and I'll
if they
continue
say it's
to be
got
the
DC level,
Just watch this
later on.
review. Don't see the film.
No, watch the film because again, my point
We
is
put more energy into it than
there's
the film.
lots of plot holes, which is the problem with this film, but it's a lot of fun to watch. I think.
Yeah. Look, the mere fact that a B-grade Marvel character like Thor made more money in his opening weekend than the Justice League did in their first cinematic outing is appalling. But guess what? Ragnarok was a great movie.
Yeah.
And that's why it made money, because it deserved to.
Where do you think that they can actually go from here? Where it be like the individual characters or just the entire universe?
Well, this is the thing.
They can only go up from here.
Yeah, this is the thing. We know...
They can, or they can just cancel it all.
Well, they won't, because,
I don't want them to, because they put so much.
Aquaman's been filmed, so that's definitely happening. Shazam's been cast, that's in pre-production.
Are there any reshoots for Aquaman?
No. Not yet.
I mean, it's still like an entire year.
Shazam's definitely happening. Wonder Woman 2's definitely happening. Beyond that, we know what they want to do, but will they actually happen? I really don't know. Which Joker film are we going to get? We're going to get Gotham City Sirens? We're going to get Joker Harley Quinn? We're going to get the Joker origin movie? Yeah. Or are we going to just see a Batman movie where he fights the Joker? I know what I want to see. Ugh!
Gotham City Sirens.
Yeah.
Gotham City Sirens, you got it right, boy.
Yeah.
Also with what's the director of the Planet of the Apes films?
Matt Reeves.
Yeah, his trilogy. Is that going to be a part of this, or do you reckon it's not?
Well, no one has a clue. I read a different thing every day.
Yeah.
It's got to the point now where I just don't care, and I'm just going to try and ignore it all, because people, they contradict themselves so much. They have no contingency plan whatsoever.
I think that Ben Affleck's out after this though.
Yeah, and again, I don't care anymore because it's been too
like
much.
all the interviews where they're asking him about sexual assault charges.
Yes. Because Ben got a little bit carried away at the Argo after party.
He touched my breast.
It's a mess. It's a real mess, guys.
But the film's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's fun if you switch your brain off.
Yeah.
Did you both despite the fact that you're saying, did you have fun watching it?
Yeah, at times, yeah. Like I said,
it was a roller coaster. I think.
I would give about 40% of the time.
And where would you rank this in DC movies all together again?
Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad.
Is that the same for you?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Right.
Well, actually, I don't know.
Once I've seen Wonder Woman,
I'll
make a decision.
No, Wonder Woman was better than this.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
would
from the reviews,
would you rather watch?
Okay,
this or
yes,
Wonder
all right. I would rather watch Justice League again, but Wonder Woman was a better made.
That could be again because this was a fun film. You didn't really have to pay attention to
Wonder
it.
Woman was a little bit dour and, but it was a well made. There was nothing like that I could say they did wrong with that movie. So,
the villains.
The villains. Okay, yes, Ares was a pile of shit. But
The villains in all of these films have been bad though.
Yeah.
Zod was good.
I feel like
in Man of Steel, Zod was good.
Yeah,
and
Zod.
Then it just went to shit.
Yeah, that was really it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, because Zod was
Red
Doomsday and Lex Luthor were shit in BVS.
Don't talk shit about my boy Doom.
Enchantress can suck a fat one.
Oh no, Enchantress was the worst.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about her. But that's why Suicide Squad is the worst film I've ever seen. Like one of them.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch the Room backwards than Suicide Squad. I almost called it The Womb.
The Womb? I'd rather watch The Womb.
I can't go back.
Was that it?
That's pretty much it, man.
You got anything else you were racking around in your brain?
I think we've cut out the tumor.
Okay. Well, in that case, guys, thank you for listening to the podcast if you made it this far. Revan, thank you for taking the time to being on the podcast.
It's been an absolute pleasure to sit in my own living room and have you here as the guest and be on your podcast.
Fuck you!
Remember where you are, boy.
Remember who you are.
Remember who you are.
I actually, I've enjoyed having you on it. I thought it would be
appreciate
hell. You've actually been very
I've
good.
enjoyed having you on here.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah. It's been fun. Come round again, man.
Yeah.
But,
Also, I've just got something I've been wanting to say to everyone who's been watching our videos. Please subscribe.
Alright, thanks a lot for watching, guys.
Bye.
Sign off, Revan.
See ya.
Bit more enthusiastic.
Bye.
Nice.
Better.
You're my favourite guest.